Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a brand new pick-up pile for you guys today, and today we are asking the question, what will your future wedding look like? So yeah, this is going to be a pretty lighthearted and fun kind of reading, I want to say. I know a lot of you guys are dealing with like twin flame situations and crazy love dynamics. But you know what? Let's just put it out there into the universe, into the world, that good things are going to happen and that you're going to settle down, you're going to get married, you're going to have the wedding of your dreams with the person of your dreams. Everything's going to work out. So this is kind of like a little manifestation reading, I guess you could say, to kind of see like what your future wedding could look like. Not necessarily the path to get to marriage or anything like that, but like the actual day of the ceremony, the dress, the vibes, all that good stuff. We're gonna kind of dig into that and find out like what your wedding may look like. I'm not sure how this is gonna come across with the different decks I've used for it. I mean, I'm using like primarily love stuff, but we're gonna see what comes through. And yeah, so we're just going to see like what kind of wedding you may have in the future, you know, with basically with whoever that right person is going to be. Like it could be your twin flame, but even if things weren't to work out between you and your twin flame, you know, say it's instead like a soulmate, like a high level soulmate. So, you know, whoever it's meant to be with. And, you know, most importantly, someone that you're truly going to love and feel joy and feel happiness with, and you know, where all of your dreams and wishes will basically come true. So we have 4 different piles, and once again, going with my Christmas ornaments, because that's what I'm doing lately, we have 4 different Christmas ornaments. And the thing every single one of these ornaments have in common for today is they are all brand new. I've gotten all 4 of these brand new this year, and all 4 of them are all from Target. So that's what they have in common. So pile number 1 is this little nail polish ornament. It says nail shimmer on it, and on the inside is like is just glitter, basically pink glitter. So I thought it was really cute, super adorable. Like I would even literally set this out just to decorate all year round because it's so cute. But the nail polish is pile number 1. Pile number 2, I actually got inside the Starbucks inside of the Target, and it is a little Starbucks cup, which was so adorable. They had red ones for like, you know, their traditional Christmas red cups, and they had pink, and of course I took the pink one because that's like my signature color. So voila, it's like the inner Elle Woods inside of me. So the pink Starbucks cup is pile number 2. Pile number 3 is this adorable wine bottle. It says rosé all day. I thought it was super cute too. So this one's really fun if you need a drink or something. Pop some rosé at your wedding. That one is pile 3. And pile number 4, I thought this one was so much fun. I love Friends. It is such a fun TV show. It's like comfort food is the best way I can describe it. Like it's pretty much whatever I have on TV, very last thing before I fall asleep. It's like my lullaby. You know, it's just really good. Like it's just good TV. It's good, wholesome, fun TV. So yeah, the Friends ornament is pile number 4 with the iconic Friends couch and Central Perk sign in the background. So those are your 4 piles. Go ahead and pick the ornament, the number, the timestamp that resonates the best with you. Of course, timestamps are down below, and we are going to start things off here with pile number 1, and we are going to dive in to find out what your wedding will be like. Hi, pile 1. If you chose this cute little pink glitter bottle with, which is basically nail polish, your nail shimmer ornament, then this is going to be the reading for you. to find out what your future wedding is going to be like. So exciting, you guys. All right, we're going to start things off here with the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. And you guys got the Two of Cups, the Empress, the Knight of Wands, and the Five of Swords. Okay, so what these cards are telling me right off the bat, the Five of Swords is usually about like competition and conflict and that kind of thing. So I feel like leading up to your wedding, like maybe during the planning stages of it, there may be some stressful times where there's conflict and struggle and misunderstanding. And, you know, you may have those temptations to become a bridezilla or something like that. But everything else looks pretty good in terms of what's coming out. So there may be a little bit of struggle in the planning, a few bumps along the road, which is not unusual, you know. I mean, with any major event or any major like life-changing thing that you're doing, and you're inviting a bunch of guests and, you know, basically planning a big party is what it comes down to. There's bound to be a few hiccups, but I don't think it's anything to get overwhelmed about. Because number one, on your wedding day, people are going to look at you like the Empress. And the Empress is the embodiment of all the queens. So basically, when you walk down the aisle in your wedding dress, it's like you're going to be this floating angel. All eyes are going to be on you. Like, you're just going to look stunning and beautiful and gorgeous. You're going to be like Cinderella stepping out at the ball. And who knows, like your gown may be very elaborate like that, which is why people may be looking at you that way. But I think regardless whether your gown is super detailed and super fancy or if it's just really simple and nothing over the top, like you're just going to have this glow about you and this aura about you that like all eyes are going to be drawn to you. Like it won't matter. You could be walking down the aisle in a potato sack and people are still going to think that you are the most stunning and beautiful bride that there ever was. So people are definitely going to be looking at you in that very royal, regal, queen type of energy where it's just like, yes, she is gorgeous, she is beautiful. Who knows, you may even like wear a tiara or something as a part of your veil walking down the aisle, because, you know, like I said, the Empress is the embodiment of all the queens. So I feel like there's definitely going to be something very regal and very royal about your presence. And like I said, all eyes are going to be on you. I mean, of course, people are going to care about your spouse as well. You know, your husband-to-be, people are going to celebrate him too. But let's be real, you guys, like the wedding day, it's a day for the bride. It really is. Like, it's the bride's day. There's a reason why they call them bridezillas and not groomzillas. So, which who knows, that could be a little bit here why we have the Five of Swords. Like, you might actually turn into a bridezilla at some point in the planning process, but it is going to work out. It is going to be fine. It is going to be good. With the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Wands is, you know, really about like rushing in with passion and everything. And I feel like this is almost going to be kind of like representing your spouse in a way. The person you're going to be marrying, like he's just going to be like very passionate and very much so like on fire that day. He's going to be so excited. Like he's going to be so thrilled that he is marrying you. And it's like when you come walking down the aisle in that dress, in that Empress energy, he is just gonna like want to rush into you with passion. And yes, of course, there's like the sexual passion and everything, which you guys are going to save for the wedding night, obviously. Like, you're not going to be doing that with friends and family around. But I feel like, considering this is more so about the wedding day and not the wedding night, I feel like if anything, this passion is more like he's just going to be so overwhelmed with gratitude and just like realizing how fortunate he is that he has you and he is marrying this queen, and it's going to be overwhelming to him in like the best possible way ever, and he's just going to feel super passionate about marrying you. It's just going to feel great. It's going to feel amazing. And of course, the Two of Cups, like it doesn't get any better than that. The Two of Cups is a union. It's a partnership. You know, this is you and your person pretty much like standing at that altar, exchanging rings and saying your vows, basically. So this could be like a very traditional kind of setup of a wedding. You know, if you have, you know, a bride who, you know, has an elaborate dress, and you have like two people up at the altar exchanging vows. It may be more on the conventional side of a wedding, but it's going to be gorgeous and amazing nonetheless. You know, a few hiccups, like I said, along the road, maybe in the planning process of it, but I think by the time you guys actually get to the wedding day, it's going to be absolutely beautiful and stunning. Okay, we have a few messages here from the Divine Masculine, and I decided to draw a few cards from this deck just to kind of see like what your person would have to say to you, like dealing with that day, dealing with your wedding day. Hear my message through music. So music may be a very key factor in your wedding day. Your person may be like a musician or a songwriter or something like that. A part of the ceremony may be that he may actually write a song for you, and that may be a part of his vows. Like music may just be a very key part of things. It may be a big part of the ceremony, and I'm positive it's going to be a big part of the reception. You know, music usually is. You know, you have the first dance with the bride and groom. You have like the dances with the parents and everything, and all kinds of stuff with music going on, whether you're hiring a DJ or a band or whatever. But music is going to be a key factor. I feel like it's going to be a key factor for the entire day. You guys are probably going to plan things very detailed in terms of like the procession music, you know, from like everything where guests are first arriving to you know, everything else in between. And you guys may even like do things unique where it's like you don't use the usual, you know, da 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 da. You may use like something else that may be more significant and personal between the two of you for like when you walk down the aisle and stuff like that. So there's definitely going to be kind of like this soundtrack to your love story that will be playing throughout the entire day, from wedding ceremony through the reception. But I do think that your person may actually, like I said, they may wind up writing you a song. They may wind up doing something with music as a part of their vows, as a part of something with the ceremony, which I feel like is going to be a pretty key factor, a pretty important thing. You are the one. Well, obviously, they've decided to marry you, so they're obviously very happy about that. I love your body, so I feel like however you look in this dress, like I said, you're going to look like this floating angel, just kind of like coming down the aisle. It like I said, it won't matter whether this dress is simple or like over the top with like glitter all over it or something. You guys are going to look amazing. It's probably going to accentuate all the right body parts, and in some ways, with that passion that your person is going to feel towards you, he is going to want to just like rip that dress off, but he knows that he can't because, you know, this is a family affair as of the moment. But he's going to love the way that you look, like from top to bottom in your dress. And I think about your lips, and I feel like he's just going to really love indulging in kissing you that day. Like, obviously, the kiss when, you know, they say you may now kiss the bride, like that's going to be super important to him. You guys may even wind up like holding that kiss longer than you should when you guys seal the deal with that. But there's going to be lots of kisses. You know, people are going to be clinking their glasses like crazy, having you guys, you know, kiss and everything. So there's just going to be kisses everywhere. But yeah, lots of kisses that day. So lots of good stuff, you guys. Like, this sounds like a fun wedding. Like, I hope you invite me because this sounds like fun. Okay. And then we have Journey of Love Union. Let's see what comes through here. Partnership. It's always been you, which obviously makes sense because they are marrying you and you guys have the partnership. We got the partnership here with the Two of Cups. So that totally makes sense. Loyal companion. My love is unconditional, which, you know, it should be. So at the end of the day, you know, when I see a dog, you know, you think of man's best friend, you think of loyalty, and your person's going to be very loyal to you, obviously. And it's going to be like, you're not just marrying someone who's full of passion and desire and sexual stuff and everything, but there's going to be a really deep friendship there too. You're basically going to be marrying your best friend, but it's like your best friend with all these other added benefits. So it's going to be like the best union ever. And you are my custom fit, just. So, you know, that makes sense. You know, you guys are two peas in a pod. This is why you're going to be getting married and everything, because you guys really do just absolutely fit together. I mean, beautiful reading, you guys. Absolutely beautiful. I am so incredibly happy for you because this is just, ooh, it's come out so lovely. Anyways, your final card is from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And, you know, also in my opinion, he should probably be a part of the wedding too. You know, he wants to be invited. So let's see what he has to say about this blessed day. Your faith hath saved you. Go in peace. So I feel like at the end of the day, this is going to be a day of peace and joy and celebration. You know, your faith and your love is ultimately going to bring you guys together in this union that lasts a lifetime, that lasts until death do you part, and even beyond death, you know. So, you know, let your faith bring you guys together, you know, especially if this is a twin flame situation. Like, this is a beautiful outcome, a beautiful ending for you guys. And, you know, the day of is just going to be filled with peace and love and joy and celebration and just all the good things. So, even though you may not be there yet, let me just say right off the bat, congratulations, because this is very exciting and I'm happy for you guys. Beautiful reading for sure, absolutely. So I hope it made sense and it resonated for you. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just a simple, small emoji. That goes a long way. Also, please give this video a big thumbs up. That helps me out a lot too. And feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. Otherwise, I am so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys decided to come on by, hang out here with me for a little bit. It means the world to me. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 2. If you chose this adorable little Starbucks cup of an ornament, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what your future wedding is going to be like. So exciting. All right, just a heads up, I have a tickle in my nose. I feel like I might sneeze, but hopefully I won't. We're just gonna dive into this and see what you guys may expect on your wedding day. So we're gonna look into the Crystal Unicorn Tarot here, and you guys got the Three of Pentacles, the Devil, the Ace of Swords, and the Two of Swords. I feel like this came out recently in a different reading that I did, which is kind of funny. So I don't know why it kind of came out like that again, but, okay. So here's what I see going on with you guys. The first thing we're going to address here is this Devil energy and the Two of Swords, because those are not necessarily the best of energies for a wedding, but I do think there's an explanation for them. Okay, so with the Two of Swords, the Two of Swords is about like trying to make a decision. It's about kind of being split between two different choices, two different options. And the Devil is, it can be like a temptation kind of a thing. It can be addictions, it can be toxic behaviors and that kind of thing. So I feel like in regards to your wedding, at least, I feel like in the planning stages of it, you guys are going to be kind of split between a couple of different options as to how you want to do things, as to where you want to go with things. And it's going to be confusing. Like, you're not going to know how you want to make up your mind. Like, it could be financial strains. It could be the reason why it's hard to decide. It could be family issues, family pressures. It could be a lot of different things, but it seems like there's definitely going to be some trouble in making decisions in the planning process of it. And I feel like getting past those choices is going to be complicated for you guys because of this Devil energy. Like, you guys are going to be very tempted to, in a sense, maybe do what you don't want to do, maybe because of the pressures of family or because of the pressures of finances or, just outside circumstances in general. But I feel like it might be a little challenging to make that decision because of that Devil energy. So I feel like that's what the Devil energy is there for. It's just saying, like, it's going to be hard for you to make up your mind on how you want to do this. However, I do believe you guys are going to get past it because you have the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is like a fresh new perspective. It's a brand new thought. So I feel like whatever this fresh perspective and brand new thought is, it's the answer. It's the solution to you trying to make up your mind in what it is you want to do dealing with your wedding. Like, for example, this is just going to be like a small example, but let's say you're picking out your cake and you can't decide between chocolate and vanilla. Now, I feel like these decisions are going to be a lot more deeper and complicated than just what flavor cake you're going to have, but that could be a part of it. So you're going back and forth in your head over, do I want chocolate or vanilla, chocolate or vanilla, chocolate or vanilla? I don't know, which one do I want? And you're going to go back and forth because this Devil energy is going to be there, and you're going to be like overthinking it and overanalyzing it, and you're going to be like, well, if I go with chocolate, I love it and this person loves it, but all these other people don't like it. If I go with vanilla, I don't necessarily want vanilla, but a whole bunch of other people like vanilla. Like, you're just going to be like, it's confusing me just even saying it. But I do feel like that confusion will end, that you will find a happy medium. And in the example of the cake scenario, you may go with part of the cake being chocolate and part of it being vanilla, for example. But I do feel like there is going to be a fresh perspective, a new solution that is going to come about that's probably not going to be either one of these options. It's going to be something new altogether. For you guys, it may actually be helpful if you hire a wedding planner, because if you are this misguided in how you want to go about things, it may be helpful to have someone who can kind of be the ringleader of the show, so to speak. So in your guys' case, it may be helpful to have a wedding planner, which is something I kind of pick up here with the Three of Pentacles, because the Three of Pentacles is about building something together, and there are 3 unicorns here, so it's kind of like these 2 unicorns over here could represent you and your future spouse, and the unicorn over here could represent the wedding planner, for example. Someone who's there to aid and assist you and guide you through it, someone who can help you budget things and plan things and take some of the pressure off of you guys. Maybe you two are going to have very busy schedules, so it's hard for you to plan and fit in that stuff. So you may need someone to assist you in the wedding planning process. So I feel like between having some extra help to build the wedding of your dreams and having a fresh perspective on other areas that you're struggling in to make a decision in, to have solutions for, you guys are going to have success, and you guys are going to be able to figure it out and have that wedding that you ultimately desire and want. All right, we've got some messages here from the Divine Masculine, and basically I decided to pull these cards kind of like as to what your person would have to say dealing with this day, dealing with this very important day between the two of you, where you guys are going to be two becoming one. I see you everywhere. So I feel like, you know, probably the days, the weeks, the months, or whatever leading up until this wedding, you know, you are going to be like your person's main focus and top focus in this whole thing. Like, I feel like they're going to be, you know, putting you first, you know, like they're going to know, like, you're the bride. They should let you, like, run the show, basically. So I feel like they're going to let you kind of do your thing, and they're going to do that because they see you and they know you, kind of a thing. And of course, like, the day of, like, boom, you're going to be right there. Trust me. So, and I feel like this kind of goes into some of the confusion that may be going on in the planning process of things. You know, you may get a little freaked out, like, oh, am I making the right choice? Like, what's going on here? But I feel like your person's going to remind you to trust them, to trust the wedding planner, to trust whoever else is involved in the process of planning this wedding, that it's all going to come together and that's all going to be okay, and that you don't need to stress and worry about it. I know we are twin flames, so I feel like this is confirmation for you guys that you are going to marry your twin flame. So maybe that's one of the reasons why this wedding is going to be a little bit of a struggle to put together, but it doesn't mean it can't happen. And you make me feel complete. So I feel like the day of, when you guys actually, like, say those vows and unite and become one, like, officially in the eyes of God and, you know, legally and all this other kind of stuff, like, your person's gonna feel complete, you're gonna feel complete, like, the entire journey that you have been through, whether it's the twin flame part or just the wedding planning part, like, it's all going to feel worth it in the end. Like, all of the struggle, whether it's picking out the flavor of the cake or just simply getting back together with your person in general to get to a wedding, it's all going to be worth it for sure. Okay. From the Journey of Love Union, you guys have, I feel you inside me and it drives me insane, magnetism. So I feel like there's going to be this strong magnetism between you and your person on your wedding day, which doesn't surprise me. I mean, in the last pile, like, there was definitely, like, this strong desire that was there. Like, I don't know. I feel like pretty much for all these piles, most likely everyone is going to have, like, extreme desire on their wedding days, just because it's such an important day. Like, it's such a magnificent day, basically. I just want loyal companionship, completion, which is funny because in the last pile we had another dog card, and you guys got kind of like the same kind of vibe going on here as pile 1 did with that. So, you know, whenever I see a dog, I think of, like, man's best friend, and, you know, dogs are very loyal. They are, like, the most loyal companions of all. You know, my dog, this is kind of funny, like, most people have codependent relationships with their twin flames. I have a codependent relationship with my dog. No joke. Like, I mean, he is always in my business. He constantly goes wherever I go. And right now, I mean, he is literally at my feet. His bed is, like, right down by my feet as I'm doing this reading. And, you know, if I didn't put his bed down there, he wouldn't know what to do with himself, because he's, like, that loyal to me. But that's just how they are. And I feel like, you know, your person is the same way with you. And just like with the whole man's best friend thing, the person that you're going to marry, like, yes, you guys are going to have that sexual attraction and that desire and chemistry physically, but it's going to be deeper than that. Like, you guys are going to be best friends. This is going to be someone that you can laugh with, someone that you can cry with, someone that you can confide in, someone who will be there with you through all the ups and downs in life. So, you know, at the end of the day, you're going to be marrying your best friend, and then some, really. And I swear it's truth. And what's really funny about this card is, you know, we have the two of them intertwining their pinkies together, but look at her finger. Her finger has that ring on it, on her ring finger. So, I mean, that definitely shows to me marriage, commitment, you know, getting married and everything, which is basically what we're talking about here. So it totally resonates and makes sense. So your love is true. Your wedding is true. I feel like there's going to be some bumps along the road for you guys, like getting this wedding together. But I feel like it's going to be more so like your own anxieties and stresses over it than like actual issues that'll be happening. But it is going to come together, and it will be beautiful, and it will be like this wonderful union when it happens. Finally, from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. You guys got, knock and it shall be opened unto you, Matthew 7:7. So I feel like what this card is basically saying is, when it comes to certain things that you want in your wedding, don't be afraid to ask for it. You know, if there's a particular band that you want to have play at your reception, ask, seek it out. If there's a particular type of dress you want, ask, seek it out. If there's, you know, a particular like floral arrangement that you want, a color scheme that you want, ask, seek it out. That's why I'm saying like this wedding planner may be a good idea for you guys. But yeah, so definitely ask, seek it out. Whatever it is that you want and desire with this wedding can definitely happen and come true. So that's what I see, what is going on with you guys for your future and upcoming wedding, which let me go ahead and congratulate you on that in advance. Even though you're not there yet, that's okay. We're manifesting, we're putting it out there so it can happen, and who knows, maybe in a year or two or whenever it's meant to happen, we're going to be celebrating this. So, anyway, if this message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Even if it's a simple, small emoji, that goes a long way. Also, please give this video a big thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. Otherwise, I am so incredibly grateful and thankful that you guys decided to stop on by, hang out here with me for a little bit. And yeah, so I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 3. If you chose the Rosé All Day wine bottle ornament, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what your future wedding is going to be like. So much fun. Let's crack out that rosé and celebrate, right, you guys? Okay. Starting off with the Crystal Unicorn Tarot, you guys got the Two of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, Judgment, and the King of Wands. Which is funny, because just like the last pile, I feel like these came out just recently in a different reading. Which I swear, I shuffled these cards. This keeps happening to me lately. It doesn't matter whether it's readings here on YouTube or readings on Instagram. Like, a lot of the same cards just keep popping out lately. It's really strange. Even if the intention and the messages are completely different. But hey, you know, whatever's supposed to happen is supposed to happen. Okay, so for you guys and your wedding, starting here with the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is about balancing things. It's about like balancing at least two things. It could be more than that, multiple things. So if anything, I feel like you guys are going to be balancing a lot in the planning process of this wedding, which is not unusual. I mean, it could be a pretty big wedding is kind of the vibe that I'm getting from here, which I'll get to that in a minute as to why I'm getting that vibe. But I feel like this is going to be a pretty big wedding, which is why it's going to be like there's a lot to juggle and a lot to plan and a lot to figure out, which I think is part of the issue here. The reason why I feel like it's going to be a big wedding is because we have Judgment here. And like, I know that sounds silly, like, why does Judgment indicate big wedding? But, like, literally, it's just from me looking at this card. Because, you know, it's like we have God up here, you know, blowing his horn of judgment pretty much. But we have, like, a ton of unicorns down here, like, a ton of them. And I feel like when you guys get married, it's like you guys are going to be up here at this altar, I guess you could say. And, like, this is going to be, like, all your friends and all your family, like, a ton of people who are going to be invited. Which is why I feel like it's going to be challenging in the planning process, juggling everything together to put this shindig together, because it is going to be so big. But I do believe that you guys will be successful, because the final judgment at the end is going to go well, and it's going to be good, and, you know, you're going to have everyone's attention basically the day of, because look at all these unicorns here. They clearly have the attention of this unicorn up here. So that's kind of how I feel with that. It's probably going to be a pretty big wedding, and that it's going to be a juggling act to get it all together. But even though it's going to be even though it's going to be a big wedding and it's going to be a juggling act, like, it's weird. At the same time, I feel like it's going to be very simple and elegant. And the reason why I feel like it's going to be simple and elegant is this Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is like a genuine, authentic love offer. You know, it's not necessarily anything that's like huge and elaborate and fancy. Like, if it was, you know, the Knight of Pentacles, for example, you know, the Knight of Pentacles is like a very physical offer. You know, it could be like a big diamond ring or something like that. But I feel like for you guys, this is more emotionally involved than it is materialistically involved. So I feel like, I feel like with the Page of Cups, it's going to be it's going to be simple, but it's going to be elegant. It's going to be pretty, but it's going to be simple. I feel like it's going to be simple because you guys are really just going to focus on your love. Like, that's going to be the main point of it. It's not going to be about being flashy and showy and all this other kind of stuff. You guys are going to want to keep it basic and simple, not necessarily because you can't afford to go over the top, because, I mean, you guys could afford it because you guys are going to have a big turnout that's going to be there. But I feel like having the big turnout, having the people that you love and care about there is more important to you than making it flashy and showy. That you're more about like that basics of, this is about our love. Like, this is about our true authentic love. So it's going to be kind of like simple, but it's going to be elegant at the same time. And I feel like the date of your groom, he's going to be the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands, he's very charismatic, he's passionate, he's fiery, he's got this energy. So I feel like your groom, he's going to be like super energized the day of. Like, he's going to be so excited. And, you know, usually you consider like the wedding day is like the bride's day, and it's still going to be your day too, of course. But I feel like he's just going to be so excited. He's going to have so much energy. He's going to be like, you know, bouncing up and down the aisle, like ready to see you. And he's just going to be so incredibly excited. And, you know, he's going to be charismatic. So he's going to be interacting with all of your guests and just being like very welcoming and very warm and friendly with people, with everybody, whether it's, someone who's a super close family member, or even if it's like, your brother's coworker from like the 5 years ago, their roommate, or even if it's something as far attached as that, like they're just going to be, Mr. Friendly and Mr. Accommodating to everybody that day, basically. He's just going to be really excited, which in a sense is going to help take some of the pressure off of you. Like he's going to kind of, I guess in a sense, entertain the crowd. But it's still going to be about you, of course, too. But, he's going to help take some of that pressure off of you so you can just focus on being the bride and doing your thing. Okay, from the Divine Masculine Messages of Love, I decided to pull some cards from this deck just to kind of see, like, what he would have to say to you coming up for that day, like what his perspective would be. We already know he's going to be like charismatic and super fired up about this day with that King of Wands, but let's see what else he has to say. I dream about you every night. So it's kind of funny, like I always think about, like it's always the little girl's dream to be like dreaming of her wedding day and everything. But in his case, it's almost like he's the little girl. Like he's the one who's dreaming of your wedding day, which is kind of funny. In that sense, he could be a little bit more feminine about that, and you could be a little bit more masculine. Maybe you're a little bit more about, trying to make those choices and juggling things and making those decisions with the wedding, and he's just a little bit more fun and lighthearted about it because it's something he's been dreaming about for a long time, which is funny. I am healing. So I feel like, this whole experience of getting married is also going to be healing for him, Like maybe he's someone who thought that he would never get married. Maybe he thought that he was going to be a bachelor all of his life. Maybe before you, he proposed to somebody else and they rejected him. Or maybe they said yes and they were close to getting married and he was left at the altar or something like that. So this whole experience of getting married is going to be very healing for him. Our love is real, which makes sense. I mean, this dude's going to wind up proposing to you. So yeah, your love is real. And I want you to be happy. So I feel like, he may sense some of this stress of you trying to like juggle stuff leading up to the day of. And he's going to want to, he's going to want you to be relieved of some of that stress and that pressure and to not have to, feel like you got to be a perfectionist about this, because I feel like there might be kind of like this perfectionistic attitude from you where it's like everything has to be perfect, everything has to fall into line, and he may be, more persuasive to just kind of help you just go with the flow and just enjoy the experience, like not just enjoy the wedding day, but enjoy like the experience of planning it and preparing it, because you're only going to have one wedding your entire life unless you decide to like do a vow renewal kind of thing. But otherwise, yeah, like this is something you only plan to do once in a lifetime. So I feel like he wants you to be happy and enjoy the process with him, through the planning process and of course the day of as well. Okay, from Journey of Love Union, you guys have, I'm so afraid to tell you, fear. So I feel like going back into your energy now, I feel like you may have some fear energy surrounding the planning with your wedding. And once again, I feel like that goes back to juggling a lot of things, which is why your person is probably going to want to try and want to help take some of the pressure off of you, basically. So you may have, some unfounded fears in the planning process. I regret letting you go, moving on, which is funny because that really doesn't connect to planning a wedding. Let's see, what else do we have? I promise I'll never let go. Infinite. Okay, so I feel like in a weird way these two cards kind of go hand in hand together, because we have I regret letting you go and I promise I'll never let you go. So if you're watching this right now, like the energy, the place that you may currently be at with your person before ever getting to this wedding, you may be sitting here listening to this reading saying, this isn't even ever going to happen because we're not together. Like, he's so far away. Separation is so deep right now. It's just not going to happen. Because you could be in this energy as of the moment, in this current moment as you're watching this, because maybe you let them go or maybe they let you go. Somebody let somebody go. So I feel like this is where you're at right now. That this is a little bit reflective of where you're at right now, which could explain some of the other wonky energy that's come through. However, because the intention of this reading was to ask about your wedding, which is like the ultimate union, you know, I don't feel like this is going to last forever. This is where you may be at currently, but this is where you are at for the future, and this is where you realistically are, like, deep down inside. You just have to get past this part, because realistically, you're never going to let them go, and they're never going to let you go. And even if it seems like this wedding is so far, far off track for you and so unrealistic, and you're like, this is never going to happen. First of all, you wouldn't have like clicked on this reading and even chosen a pile if there wasn't a part of you that had a little bit of hope inside, that had a little bit of like, well, maybe. So you know deep down inside that you're never going to let them go and they're never going to let you go. And that, you know, this whole letting go thing is temporary. That this probably has to happen in order for you guys to get to that, okay, this is going to be a forever kind of thing. So I feel like that's just kind of like an additional little note, even though the intention here was not to ask about what's going on presently, but somebody here definitely needs to hear that in regards to what's happening presently, because you're having doubts about this even ever manifesting and happening, period. But I'm telling you guys, it definitely can. So, you know, embrace this. This is also a moment to try and manifest things, you guys. You know, I'm posting this video on 11/11. So, you know, I already did my 11/11 pick a pile reading. So if you guys haven't caught that, you know, it's up. It's on my channel. It's the most recent video aside from this one. And, but as for like posting on 11/11, this is the pile, or this is the pile. Well, this is the pile that you chose, but this is the reading overall that I chose to put up for 11/11. So, if you want to manifest your wedding, if you want to manifest your union, if you want to manifest that forever love with your person, this reading is a great way to do that, because it's a great way to kind of look into that and, you know, embrace that. Not necessarily the bad parts, but, you know, embrace the good parts, and at least any negative parts that come through, you're aware of it and you're like, okay, I can tweak that and I can change that now, so it doesn't even have to be a struggle later. So, yeah, that's my extra little tangent on that. I felt like you guys needed it, though. The other piles haven't needed that, but you guys, I feel like there's a little bit of hopelessness in this group, but I want you guys to have hope, because there is hope there. Things are not hopeless. And finally, from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away, and it gives you some hope. We have, with God, all things are possible. Matthew 19:26. Yes, this is what I'm talking about, you guys. All things are possible. So even if you feel hopeless, and even if you feel like this wedding, this union can never happen, I'm telling you it can. Jesus is telling you that it can. You just have to have a little bit of faith and trust, and yes, some pixie dust, and you're going to be okay. I promise you guys. So, it's 11/11. Take this time to manifest. Take this time to, set your intentions and think some good thoughts. Think some positive thoughts. Think about things that make you happy and not sad. And if you think about those things, it can definitely happen. I know it sounds cheesy and corny, and it's like, oh, it's not that simple, but it really is. Sometimes you gotta fake it till you make it, but eventually you do make it. So I believe in you guys. I know you can do it. I'm here cheering you on. Jesus is here cheering you on. There are other people cheering you on you probably don't even know about. So just trust. Anyways, I hope that made sense for some of you. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's a simple small emoji. Also, please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. Otherwise, I am so incredibly grateful that you guys decided to come on out here and spend a little bit of time with me today. And I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 4. If you chose this super fun couch central perk ornament from Friends, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out what your wedding is going to be like. All right, we've had some fun stuff come out for the other piles, and we're going to see what's going on with you guys. Starting off here with the Crystal Unicorn Tarot. And you guys have Temperance, Death, the Six of Swords, and the Five of Wands. All right, we're going to start things off here with this Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands is usually about competition and conflict. So, I think it was Pile 1. I think Pile 1 had some competition and conflict that came out for them too. But I think theirs was like the Five of Swords or something like that. I think it was like the Five of something. I don't know. But it was a similar kind of energy. Energy. It's after midnight, you guys. My words are like all blurred together. It's been a crazy busy day. Anyway, so yeah. Competition and conflict is usually the Five of Wands. So I feel like in the planning process of your wedding, there is definitely going to be some struggle and probably a few hiccups along the way. This has been a common theme pretty much in every single pile. Some a little bit more than others, but there will be a little bit of ups and downs for you guys in the planning process, but nothing that you can't overcome, nothing that you won't be able to handle and deal with for sure. We also have the Death card, and the Death card is usually all about something ending and something beginning, and I feel like if anything, like this signifies like the death of, like in a sense, like the death of your relationship before getting married. Which is going to sound weird because it almost makes it sound like you guys are like breaking up right before you get married. But that's not how I mean it, and that's not like how it's kind of coming across to me. I almost feel like it's like once you guys say those vows and say your I do's, like your lives together are going to look like a million times different than how it did before you guys made that commitment to get married. And I don't think that's going to be a bad thing. I think it's going to be a very good thing. If anything, you guys are going to be elevated to a new level. Things are going to be like way better than where they were before. But it seems like there's definitely going to be some kind of death process in the transition from like boyfriend, girlfriend, fiancés to husband and wife. Like there's definitely going to be a very defined difference. And I'm not exactly quite sure what that difference is going to be. but it's going to be very defined. Like, for example, some people before they get married, they may live together for like 5 years, 10 years, or something like that. And it's like by the time they get married, maybe things really aren't that different because, they were kind of married in a sense before that, just with the way that they were living their lives and their habits and their lifestyles and that kind of thing. Maybe for you guys it's going to be different. Maybe you guys won't be living under the same roof until you get married. So by the time you do get married, it may almost kind of be like this culture shock to the both of you, where it's like, oh my gosh, like, I didn't know that you did this weird thing in the bathroom, like, or I don't know, just something weird like that. So that could be what it is. It could be like maybe you guys weren't living together at all, and then it's like you have to merge your lifestyles together, and it's kind of like a shock in a sense. But I don't feel like it's gonna be anything bad. Like, I feel like it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be good. But if anything, your wedding, your marriage, like making it official, saying those vows is what is going to be that transition for you guys, because that's what the death card is. It's really all about a transition. And then you guys also have the Six of Swords, which is like a journey, You have these two unicorns here in the boat, and this third unicorn in the back, which is paddling them across this body of water. And, they're going from point A to point B. It's a journey. So I feel like the process of getting your wedding together is going to be a journey. There could be a lot of death processes going on while this journey is taking place. And some of those death processes could be happening because of some of the struggle that you guys may go through in the planning process of it. However, at the end of the day, when the day actually arrives, you guys are going to have success because we have Temperance. Temperance here is about balance, and it's about patience. So with patience, it could take a long time to plan this wedding. This may not be like an overnight wedding where it's like, oh, we can plan this in under 6 months. This could be something that could take like a year, maybe even longer to plan, depending on what it is that you guys want to do. But the planning process it's going to pay off. Like, the patience is going to pay off. There's going to be balance that is going to come through for you guys for sure. So it's going to be very balanced. It's all going to come together exactly whatever it is that you desire, whatever it is that you want dealing with this wedding. It's all going to work out. It's going to come through. Okay. We also have some cards here from the Divine Masculine Messages of Love, which basically I decided to pull these cards with the intention of what your person would want to say to you regarding this major day that is significant for your relationship. I want to take care of you. So I feel like that's probably one of their vows that they would basically say to you, whether you guys decide to write your own vows or do like the traditional ones that have already been written kind of a thing. But either way, I feel like this is one of the promises, one of the vows that they want to make to you, is that they want to take care of you. Like, they genuinely want to be that provider and that protector, and they don't want you to have to like worry about anything for all the days of your lives that you guys are married, that they want to be able to take care of everything. We are divine magnets. So I feel like the day of, on your wedding, your person's going to be very drawn to you. They're probably going to find you to be very stunning and beautiful in your dress. I mean, you're probably going to look stunning and gorgeous in your dress in general, to everybody, but especially your person. Like, it's just going to, light them up from the inside, and they're just going to feel even more drawn to you than even on a regular day. And even on a regular day, even if you were like in pajamas or something, they're probably drawn to you like crazy, but it's going to be even more so on that day. I want to share my life with you, which makes sense because this is talking about your wedding. And I feel like, once again, this is kind of tying into their vows. of what they want to say to you the day of, that they want to share their life with you, they want to take care of you. So we definitely have some serious commitment vibes going on here that are just kind of like cementing and confirming things that they're probably going to say to you the day of. And I am thinking about you. And I feel like it's not that they're not just thinking about you, but they're thinking about this day. They're thinking about that day that they take that leap of faith and they make that commitment to you and, you know, ride off into the sunset and have happily ever after and, you know, be husband and wife. Okay, next up from the Journey of Love Union, because this is a journey of love and you guys are headed for your union, we have protection. I just want to keep you safe and warm. And I feel like this very much so reflects, I want to take care of you and I want to share my life with you. So I feel like these are definitely things that they want to say to you the day of, things that they want to say in their vows, kind of a thing. So, you know, they definitely have that divine masculine provider protection kind of vibe going on. So that's a huge part of what they want to bring to the table for you as your spouse. Shadows. This feels like torture. So I feel like the torture part here, maybe in regards to the Five of Wands, it may be some of that conflict and competition that happens as a part of the planning process. It also could be a part of that death process too, in the transition that you guys will be going through. Because, you know, death isn't always necessarily easy, you know. The process of two becoming one isn't always easy. You know, it sounds beautiful and lovely and romantic, but it's not always easy. So, you know, I feel like there may be times where you're almost like, why did I make this choice? Like, I was doing fine by myself. Like, why am I doing this? But, you know, it really is going to be worth it. But there are probably moments where you're going to be like, why am I doing this? This feels like torture, but it's going to be fine. And ready to follow you anywhere, surrender. So, you know, at the end of the day, I feel like your person is ready to follow you. He's ready to commit to you. You know, he wants to protect you. He wants to provide for you. And it's funny because both of these cards almost kind of give the same vibe. You know, we got like the sunlight coming through here. So I feel like the day you guys get married, there's going to be sunshine. Like, it may actually weather-wise be a very beautiful sunshiny day. And, you know, it's almost kind of like a sunset vibe going on here because it doesn't look like the sun is like super high in the sky in both of these pictures. So maybe you guys will wind up getting married at sunset. But yeah, this person is ready to follow you anywhere, which is basically like they're ready for that long haul of a commitment for you, pretty much. So definitely beautiful stuff going on there. A few bumps along the road to overcome, which is not unusual, but you guys will definitely get there. And I think you guys will have like a pretty amazing wedding. It's going to be worth it. It's going to be balanced. It's going to be worth figuring out all those kinks for. And I really feel like the day of, your person is going to have some really amazing vows to give you. I feel like they're going to wind up writing their own vows because they want to take care of you. They want to share their life with you. They want to protect you. Like, I feel like these are things they're going to want to like write out and express to you. Maybe your person is a bit of a poet. Maybe they're a little bit of a writer or something like that. But I definitely feel like they're probably going to express this from their heart, something that they are going to create themselves as opposed to like going the traditional, I'm just going to recite vows kind of a thing. I feel like they're going to probably prepare their own. And you may as well, as long as they are, but I'm just saying, especially on their end, I feel like they are definitely going to prepare vows ahead of time to say to you. Okay. Finally, from Loving Words from Jesus, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. You guys got Whatsoever you shall ask the Father in my name, he will give it to you. John 16:23. So I feel like whatever you are desiring to have dealing with this wedding, all you have to do is ask. All you have to do is put that desire out there and pray and ask God for it, and God will help work it out. So, if there's like a certain venue that you want to have, if there's a certain band that you want to hire for your reception, if, there's a particular type of dress that you want, just put those intentions out there, pray and ask for it, and there's no reason that you can't make those things happen, regardless of your budget, regardless of what's available to you. You can definitely make it happen. So, whatever your dream wedding is, just set those intentions out there and pray and ask for it and be ready to receive it, because there's no reason that can't happen. And that's kind of one of the points of doing this reading in the first place, you guys, is, I wanted to do something that was a little bit more fun, that was a little bit more lighthearted, that kind of propels you guys more so in the mind frame of actually preparing yourselves for this, of like actually trying to manifest this and think positively and being hopeful for this, rather than always dreading like, oh, I don't know if things are going to work out. Like, start thinking like, yeah, things are going to work out. Things are going to be fine. This is something to get excited for. So, that's kind of the whole point of this reading, and hopefully that makes sense for you. I know that there's, like I said, some hiccups along the way, but that doesn't mean that, it can't be worked out, obviously. Anything that's worth having doesn't come necessarily easy as it is. But, yeah, that's pretty much what I see going on for you guys. I hope it made sense for you. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Even if it's a simple small emoji, that still goes a long way. Also, please give this video a big thumbs up. That helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. Otherwise, I am so incredibly grateful that you guys decided to come on out here and hang out with me for just a little bit today. It definitely means the world to me, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love.